All right, how to cast a long belly. First of all, I'm not that good at casting long bellies. So there is that. I'm casting a Karen 15-foot competition rod with a Gale Force 71.5-foot comp line, weighs 1,050 grains. The line sticks and the cast fails. I also need to remind myself to use more bottom hand early in the sweep, rotate my body more in the sweep, less arm in the sweep, and more bottom hand in the forward cast. And that's a problem, laying the rod tip back towards the water when I drift. Should have used more bottom hand at the beginning of the sweep, not the end. At the end, the butt of the rod's going up and the rod tip's going down, which is not good. Here's another example of a little too much windshield wiper action and not enough incline rod tip path or climbing curve for the sweep. Rod tip should be circling up, not laying down. The result of not getting the sweep and the circle up right is a little too much line stick on the forward cast. For part 2, I'll practice and try to resolve some of these faults. Okay, I at least feel like today I'm back in the groove. I've got an incline sweep going. It's not perfect. I got a lot to work on. Sweep in my snake roll, I want it to be longer and a little more incline, a little less up and down, but that's what I need to work on. Fairly encouraged, although in Spey conditions, we're casting in not that I've casted at Spey, but I've casted in those conditions. And you're in crotch deep water, 40-degree angle changes. So yes, I do have a long ways to go, but I at least feel like I have a foundation for getting there. This sweep's a little too flat and I get a lot of line stick and it kind of fails. I'm much happier with this cast and it's a lot quieter. Right here, I get the windshield wiper action, and while I do try to drift up, it doesn't save the cast. Getting handy with the rod, practicing. I suggest lessons. If you really want to be a good caster, get lessons. If not, watch my videos. Hey, anyway, it's all good. It's all fun. Remember, smooth. Remember to be smooth. Remember to keep your body tight. When you rotate on the single spey, lock in that whole body so you're like a machine. Your toes are at the target, but your body, and from your ankles up, no, everything is twisted except the bottom of your feet, okay? So when you untwist, you lock in. I think the fewer moving parts in a cast, the better you're off. The better off you are. The smoother moving parts are in a Spey cast. So lift, push out. When you rotate, you're tight. You're like a machine, rotating. Your circle up. Your drift if you need to, but if you drift, keep your rod tip up there, and then forward cast initiated by the bottom hand, which is stuck out there because you stuck it out at the beginning of the sweep. Down and forward. Boom! Stuck anchor failed cast. Okay, anyway, there you have it. The truth. Thanks for watching. Not real happy with this cast, but it had a nice anchor and just jumped off the rod. Practice. It took me probably a half hour, maybe not that long, but it feels like it. It seems like it takes me an hour just to where I'm clicking them off reasonable. The first 15 minutes, I'm so agitated. I hear every sound, every car driving by. I can't think, I can't cast. It takes me 15 minutes a half hour, an hour. It takes like 2 hours you want within, because that's the only way I can do it. I can't hardly, I gotta stay stiff, rotate. Son of a buck. Okay, these next single spays, I'm really leaning forward. I've got my legs spread apart. The idea is really all I'm trying to do is get the most out of my lift by having a really tight line. I'm leaning way forward, my rod tip's low, and I'm going to have a nice, smooth, slow, tight lift. That's the whole idea. Okay, here it is straight up. What I learned or relearned is start out getting all the slack out of your line. Travis Johnson, Bruce Crook, they look down like this, they get their line tight, they get everything they can out of their lift. The other thing I learned is on the sweep, I gotta totally lock in all my core muscles. I gotta lock in. I'm gonna lift, I'm gonna push out with my bottom hand and lock in, and then sweep around, and I'm gonna try to hold butt, quads, core, everything has to be tight. Okay. Then sweep, circle up. Any drifting can be done, but it has to be done like this, not like this. The other thing of vital importance is smoothness. I can't overemphasize how, if I get herky-jerky at all, like if I don't do the lift quite right and I have to speed up and do any part, any of the lift, sweep, drift, the long belly line will tell on you. Anytime I do those abruptly, it almost makes the cast fail. It's so obvious. One of the most important parts is smoothness. Smoothness, feeling, not letting any slack get in there, feeling the heaviness of the cast and not going too fast, especially on the snake roll. Slow, smooth, feel the load all the way around. It's smooth. Even if you accelerate, you have to do it really smoothly. That is so important for me. If I don't, the cast fails or something goes wrong. If I try to use power too much, too abruptly, it screws up the cast. The smoothest casts are the ones that go the furthest. If you watch Travis Johnson and Gerard Downey, those guys are so smooth and their cores are so strong, they look like they're roll casting a Scandi line, but their technique is so perfect and they don't overpower it. They are just super smooth. Their anchors are perfect. Everything is smooth and strong and steady. Steadiness is so important, to be steady and smooth.